Shavua Tov, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land with me, Rolene Marks, where I bring you those top stories making headlines every Monday to Thursday. And it is a big news week because Israelis love democracy so much we are doing it yet again, this time for the fifth time in just under 4 years. What am I talking about? You want to know? Well, let me tell you. It is just a matter of hours before voting booths open and Israelis head to the polls yet again. What can I say? Israel is a robust and vibrant democracy. It seems we just love a day off to go and vote. So what are the early poll predictions? Where are we sitting? Right now, polls carried out by a variety of different news sources have the current situation at another deadlock. Because here in Israel, it's not necessarily the party that wins the election that comes to power. It's the party that is able to form a coalition government. So right now we have results that are predicted to be pretty much deadlocked. The big questions people want to know are, will the Arab citizens of Israel come out and vote? There are predictions that voter turnout in the Arab community might be lower than usual. Will the rain impact on voter turnout numbers? It is predicted that tomorrow could be a rather wet day in Israel, and the major worry, not just for Israelis, but the United States have voiced their opinions, the United Arab Emirates have voiced their opinions, is the rise of far-right candidates Bezalel Smotrich and his running partner Ben Gvir. There is a lot of concern internationally as well as here in Israel, including from the more right-leaning parties, that this party could gain more seats than predicted. But of course, nothing is predicted until the final counts are in, and we wait with bated breath. Israelis are likely going to vote on issues such as cost of living, not necessarily security. If you look at the different parties and where they sit on their various platforms, they all are the same with regards to maintaining Israel's security, fighting Iran. We know that we face a massive threat from Iran and its proxies, but Israelis are going to vote with their back pockets. How much is going to cost us to live in Israel, and which political party will be able to deliver on their promises the best? So don't forget to tune in tomorrow, where we bring you as much of an update as we possibly can. We will be bringing you election results throughout the week as the votes are counted. In other news, the checkpoints from the West Bank into Israel will be closed during the next 24 hours in anticipation of the elections. This follows a weekend where we did see a significant rise in violence. A terror attack was carried out in the city of Kiryat Arba, very close to Hebron. A 60-year-old man, Ronen Hanania, was murdered as he and his son left a supermarket and got into their car. The gunman opened fire, shooting Hanania in the head in front of his son. His son was injured, but thank goodness has been discharged out of hospital and was able to attend his father's funeral yesterday. Also injured were 5 soldiers when a terrorist rammed his car into the junction where they were standing, the Almog junction, very close to Jericho. We now go to the United Nations, guaranteed to get your blood pressure rising. And this story is definitely getting my blood pressure rising. The United Nations General Assembly voted with a majority of 152 votes to 5 with 24 abstentions to demand that Israel gets rid of all nuclear material as per the specifications of the IAEA. Now, Israel has never admitted whether or not we do have nuclear weapons. And this kind of disproportionate focus, especially at a time when Russia and Iran are basically holding the world captive with nuclear threats, is absolutely astonishing. Israel, along with the United States, Canada, Micronesia, and Palau, voted against the resolution, with the United States ambassador to the UN warning the institution against rubber stamping at least 20 more anti-Israel resolutions that will be coming up in the next few weeks. Over 20 countries abstained. Majority European countries abstained from the vote that was sponsored by the Palestinian Authority. I just wonder, when the United Nations is going to focus on something other than Israel. And in our final story, hundreds of Israelis packed a park in Tel Aviv on Saturday night to show their solidarity with the people, but most especially the women of Iran, chanting "Women, Life, Freedom." Now, earlier today, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, in a press conference called for Iran to be removed from the UN Women's Commission. She went on to say that it is no longer sustainable for a country that launches such brutal attacks on its women to be part of such a preeminent global organization that works for gender equality. We thank Jacinda Ardern for being the voice of morality and hope that many more countries, especially those with consultative status through ECOSOC on the UN Women's Commission, put the pressure for Iran to be removed from this body that deals with issues around the status of women. So that brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Don't forget to join me again tomorrow for your top stories. But in the meantime, you can check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. We have another great article from Dr. Ephraim Zurov. Don't worry, your newsletters will be coming to you during the week if you are a subscriber to our newsletter. We're having a few technical issues, but we're going to get that newsletter to you as soon as possible. We also have a Facebook page at Lottel Site. You guys know that all you have to do is like us or follow us, share our content. We really appreciate it when you do. We're on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5 and on YouTube. Our channel is at the Israel Brief, and we would love it if you hit that red subscribe button. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I'm Rolene Marks, heading off to the polls tomorrow. This is the Israel Brief, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.